All right, at the bottom side, we have the red Terran. It is NadasBody himself.
So apparently the boss had enough of a noobishness of
He was.
his underlings, and he says, "You know what? I'm going to take care of this personally." His opponent is going to be Tubuhes. How
Tubby
to
has?
Tubuhes? How
Tubby
to
has.
pronounce this one? That's a tricky one. From
I
Team
say,
Euroshoppers, anyways.
yeah, just call him Tubby. That would be
True.
the best.
Don't mistake with Tubby the Fat, please.
Mm.
The streamer. I have not seen him streaming actually for a long time.
But he's from the NA, right?
He's from NA. He's on. Last time I heard of him, he was on Team Infinity 7, same as Axlive and Tempo.
Okay.
But I have
Well,
not seen him play recently.
I know that XLab used to be a professional player, but he's more into casting right now, and Tempo is the guy that writes the song, right?
Yeah. Basically, Axlive and Tempo are more like media figures for the
Yeah.
team. But like, don't get me wrong. If you look at what's the lineup of the team actually is, Axlev is a full-fledged player for his team. Like, he actually fights in team leagues and stuff for the team because he's actually sickly good. He's a little bit slow compared to some other players. Does not have as good of a micro, but his strategical thinking is like nothing I have seen anywhere else.
No, it's definitely
Basically.
complementary. One thing I want to note though is that the Zerg actually 10 pulled, I think, and that's
Oh, I kind of.
it
Oh,
wasn't
you're
early
right.
pull. And he's got a lot of links out right now. I'm actually like face palming here because he didn't he see that he was up against Terran? Because if you go up against a Terran, it's gonna be like last game all over again. You're gonna
Yeah.
see a wall and it's not gonna work. The Terran scouted this and he's making an extra depot, so that's gonna be a lot of income wasted by the Zerg right here. He is expanding now, but that's a little bit late.
Well, I mean, he didn't even scout the opening. If this was a gasless expansion, then he could have used those links to pressure the expansion really early.
He
Like,
actually needs to get that gas up right now, and he's doing that because there's Reapers on the field, and Reapers can kite these links all day. They can kill all of them if they want, not if they get surrounded like that, though. But if you don't get surrounded, then they're really good against links with the speed.
yeah, one of these guys got the kill, so more Reapers on the way. Well, that's going to take some time. Reapers have a fairly long production cycle compared to the Marines, at about 15 seconds longer. Okay, so he's getting one Reaper only for scouting, and a factory and a reactor behind that, so probably Hellions.
Probably Hellions indeed. Could be some mines as well, as
Could
he has
be.
started gas production for the Reapers, of course. Now this Reaper's gonna do a little bit of a better job not getting surrounded, but is speed on the way? Nope, not yet. Could still be very annoying with this. If he makes like 3 Reapers, he could try to snipe off a Queen even.
Yeah, he could. But he's not doing that. This is a Reaper just for scouting purposes. I wonder why he's not like blasting past those links and just, going into the main or something.
Yeah, he's not really getting that much scouting information. On the other side, he knows that his opponent went early pull. He knows he didn't do a lot of damage, and he
That
is
is true.
expanding behind this. So he has some point where he doesn't really need to scout. But if you're not gonna scout with them and you're not gonna be aggressive with them, why would you make Reapers instead of a Marine to defend?
That is true. And like you would have more Marines, way more Marines right now than.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to open gas, so that's a little bit of an awkward decision. But right as we say it, he is gonna use the Reaper to scout out what's going on, and he will find a Roach War, exactly what is being placed on.
Wow. So he knows what is coming. He knows this is going to be, well, this is going to be two things. Either this is a defensive Roach Warren versus Hellions, or it's going to be an offensive one. I'm kind of betting on the first option.
Okay. Yeah, I think it kind of has to be the first option because he's not making that many drones right now. He is adding some overlords, which does indicate he might be going for that. He's also he's also made the speed so that it's finished around the same time as the Roach Warren. So I think it's going to be aggression, but I'm not sure. He's also making a lair. It's hard to read this player, to be honest.
Yeah, the lair is really. I mean, I wonder. No, he is getting those roaches. Not a very high amount, but a decent amount of roaches.
It will be enough roaches to defend against the Hellions coming in. He's
Yeah.
also making a spine and some Evo chamber, so it is going to be, like you mentioned, some defensive roaches. But he has to be starting. He has to start adding some drones because he's really getting behind in economy right now.
He is. That's the thing. You need only to build a couple of them roaches and then just not build anything else at all. And just go into drones. Oh, taking out the Reaper. That was a very good move there. From Tabi being aware of where the Reaper is at all times. So now this is a period in the game where the Terran has the map control, not the Zerg. The bunker is finishing up in the natural, and Terran has been forced to build a couple of Marauders. He's getting Stimpack as well, and another reactor on the factory. Could we maybe see a Hellion Marauder Marine push with this?
What's really powerful right now is having Marine Marauders with Widow Mines, because you can kite back into the Widow Mines. Against Zerg, it works especially well because you can use the Widow Mines kind of like a siege breaker against the Banelings.
Yeah.
The Banelings and the Lings run into your army, and bam, the Widow Mine hits. Now, Marauders are really good against, obviously, the Roaches, and Marines are good against the Muta. So by having a good bio army, adding the Mines, you really complement them by having something to counter the Banelings. Really the role that the siege tanks used to have in a siege tank marine composition. But he's not going to go for that. He's going to go pure bio because he's swapping the starport right now.
Yep. Maybe he's going to be getting another add-on on the factory. Doesn't look like it though. Not even selecting that one. Oh wait. Nope.
Nope.
Not going to be doing that.
Kind of disappointing, to be honest, because you're playing Heart of the Swarm, of course. You want to explore some of the new options, and Widow Mines and Hellbat are both so good against right now what Tubby is doing, and they also complement the army he has, because even if he has the medevacs, he can still add some Hellions, Hellbats, and they get healed as well, so it's a good addition.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about the Zerg player, because I don't want to be overly critical, but building a wall-off like this with evolution chambers is fine. But you better use those evolution chambers once you have them. And they've just been sitting there doing nothing. We also have had a lair.
The Terran forgetting about his Hellions though, losing 2 to them after the Roaches pushing out. Yeah. He was having a nice position there, but lost 2 of them.
So he has to retreat to his own watchtower right now, because another moment of inattentiveness like that, and he will lose those 2. And the lair has also been sitting there for like 2 minutes. Doing nothing. Only now he's getting the Glial reconstitution. He's getting the Spire up, of course.
It's like he heard you. He's using both of the Evo chambers and he's using his lair right now, so that's gonna be a huge buff. But Roaches against Marauders, I don't know about that.
No, that's not going to work out. And this is just going to be a bio push. The Hellions may provide a distraction. 30 is going up for the Terran. The upgrades are, well, he's getting +2/+1. So he already has +1 attack. No?
Wait, who does?
No, it doesn't. Oh, that's +1. Okay. Kind of blind here.
Losing some of these links to the Hellions and the Marines right there, trying to get the watchtower. You preferably want to do that with 1 or 2 links, not all of them, and he lost half of them. And here it goes.
Leading with the Hellions. That's a very, very nice choice there. There goes the stim in. These roaches will fall very, very quickly here, and if they won't fall, the Queen will fall for sure. Still a lot of Marauders remaining.
Does
no
have
Banelings.
One transfuse though available. He's not going to use it right now. The Zerglings will be able to chase this army away a little bit, but he's losing a lot against it. You can see the supplies plummet for the Zerg right now, as there's also a drop in the main base.
Yeah, that drop did quite a lot of damage. I have to say there are still Marines alive from this drop as the attack at the natural continues. Very nice double-pronged attack executed here by NadasBody. We can see why his body is so ripped and strong, and he's going to take this game.
He works out, man.
He works out. And he's not afraid to show it.
And it's definitely working for him right now as he's crushing through a Zerg opponent. And I think any second now we're going to see GG from Tubby as he is putting some of his drones, but it's not going to be enough.
Well, the medevacs are all out of energy, so they can't heal these units any longer. And, you know, we have 9 Zerglings still out on the field. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think he could have dealt with 9 Zerglings.
I think he could have dealt with 9 Zerglings. He just wants to be safe. Just look at the supplies right now. Adding to the fact that there's already a 3rd base up for NadasBody. The Zerg's gonna have to be a magician to win this. Yeah. He does, however, still have a large bank. He's adding, let's see, a spawning pool. All right. he doesn't have a spawn.
And well, basically the only way he can try to get back into this game is just producing as many mutas as he can. But the problem is he's only on 20 drones, so he has to spend all his gas on mutas and then just not produce anything but drones. But he doesn't have the time for that because the follow-up push is coming, and +2/+2 is on the way for the turn. Still going to be, well, quite some time until it reaches its fulcrum. But just the sheer army size is going to be completely enough to finish off the Zerg.
Yep, there's gonna be too many Marines. The only thing he could really count on, maybe he could have like overproduced Marauders or Siege Tanks or something and be able to push it away with the Mutas and survive a little bit longer. But with this Marine count, no Banelings, no nothing, just Mutas coming out, it's just not going to be enough.
Yep, the spawning pool of course will go down for the second time in this game. And if we look at Tubby's production, he's producing 10 links, that's it.
Yep. Only 10 links coming out. He is trying valiantly to fight for EuroS.Tubuhes at this point. Even gonna poke in a really good angle, actually, picking up one of the medevacs and trying to hold on, but it's just gonna be in vain.
Another stim comes in. That's going to be it. The mutas will fall really quickly, the roaches as well. And there's the GG. From Tubby. And NadasBody takes this 3-1, I do believe.
3-1. Really strong games from Nadas.